Hey amigos, it's Rob. Leave a message. Hope you're in the mood for a Mexican fiesta. I'm talking barbecued veggie quesadillas, chicken burritos, sweet grilled fish, and barbecued guacamole. Arriba!
This is not a drill.
It's time to grill.
Guess what? I'm taking the whole family to Mexico, and to celebrate, I'm doing a Mexican fiesta. Gonna do some quesadillas, some burritos. I'm doing something really interesting with this corn. Gonna use these corn husks for my fish, grilled snapper. Now, I'm gonna put these into water and soak them. I just don't want my fish to burn. These are gonna really steam them and make them really tender and nice. So let's just do a few more. Just pull it back again. Make sure you get rid of all that silk in there, because that will burn on the grill. Peel it back. Here we go. Just a nice little snap. Put this into the water, soak my last husk. Let's get these ears of corn into boiling water. Let's make a Mexican marinade for my fish. What makes my marinade Mexican? A little cilantro and some dried ancho chilies. Now, you can buy these anywhere. What I've done is I've soaked them in a little water just to soften them up, get rid of those seeds, because they are really hot. These are really smoky, just mellowed out flavor. But get them into a little blender here. Pop those in. You can buy these canned too if you'd like. Little garlic. Get a little red wine vinegar in here for tartness. Put a little fresh cilantro in here. Don't even have to chop it, just leave it alone. And a pinch of salt here. We're just gonna blend until we get a nice paste. Let's give this a quick taste here. That vinegar and that smoky ancho taste has come right out. Just gonna throw this into the fridge. The flavors are going to intensify and they're going to be even better when they go onto the fish. Now let's make our vegetables for our quesadilla. Got zucchini, and we're just going to cut it on the bias. We want them all even sizes here so they cook evenly. Just have to drizzle a little bit of olive oil here. We'll do a nice little toss. Make sure everything is coated. Off to the grill. Now I'm gonna get my vegetables on here, and I'm working with a medium-high heat. Want to do a little squirt here. I'm using grapeseed oil. And you can use any oil you want, but grapeseed has a higher smoking point. Want to get my vegetables on. I'm using my onions first because they're going to take a little longer. They were cut a little larger. Now, the reason I'm putting these on with the lid up is that I don't want them to overcook. I just want them to char. Time to put the rest of our vegetables on. Now, if you haven't had a quesadilla before, it's this big, giant Mexican ooey gooey sandwich. It's really tasty, but all these vegetables are really sweet. That's what a quesadilla is all about. All these vegetables are done now. All those char marks are gonna add even more sweetness to our quesadillas. But I have a few more ingredients too. Now time to add some flavors from Mexico. Chili peppers. Now, these are jalapeno peppers. Now this is one of the mildest of all of the peppers, but all the heat comes from the seeds in here. So all we want to do, just give it another quick cut and go straight down. Remove those seeds. Some of my friends like it hot, some like it not so hot. I aim to please. So just get the last one out here. Now, most of the seeds are removed. What I want is I want all that flavor, but little bite, but lots of flavor, and that's what these offer. So just give a quick chop to them. Just turn these around and give it another fine dice. Here we go. Now this goes right into our veg mix. Let's bring this over now. Here we go, right in. We'll spread that around. Now I'm using a mozzarella cheese. It's a medium hard cheese, but it really melts nicely. Just get that right into our vegetable mix now, because we're gonna fold this all through. We're gonna chuck it in the fridge, but first, little salsa. And we'll just put this into the fridge and just let it get married. Now this is gonna be the flavoring. This is the middle of our tortilla. Zucchini, the onions, the cheese. Now, we'll have our tortilla, all this mixture, tortilla, what a gooey mess. Chicken burritos. Just trimming off the fat here so I don't get all that flare up. So that's done. We're doing a little bit of a dry rub here. So we're gonna get our breasts in, back into my little package, have the tenders attached, and I'm using a little chili here for heat. Again, this is a dry rub, so we're gonna get it all over this. Here we go. Make sure all the breasts are covered. Little cumin, taste of Mexico right here. Now a little garlic powder, that's universal. Get that on. Just put that, sprinkle that all over, because we're gonna rub all of this in. And a little lemon pepper for a little zip. Here we go. Now we'll start rubbing that in. I'm gonna cook this chicken in 2 stages now. I'm gonna use a little tin foil and I'm gonna throw it on the grill. I'm gonna bake it first and then I'm gonna grill it for char marks. Let me show you how I do that. Little tin foil, just pop these on. Fold it up, just kind of crimp the sides here. Here we go, turn it around. Nice, neat little envelope. Let's just do that one more time. Now it's time to chill. My tequila, that is. A piñata for my Mexican fiesta. And what's a fiesta without barbecued salsa? Let's make a little bit here. All we're gonna do is just cut these in half. Little spoon, take out seeds. Now I'm taking the seeds out of this because they're too bitter. But my next ones, my peppers, I'm taking the seeds out because they're just too hot. Now with chilies, the smaller, the hotter. So all we're gonna do is just cut them in half. And we're gonna take the seeds right out. So I'm just taking out the inside guts because that's the part that will really burn you, the seeds and the inside. Don't touch the eyes. Now, I'm using this grill rack so that I don't have to fuss once I get to the grill. Get over there, pop them on, 10 minutes, take them off. Let's get going. Let's make some smoke for our salsa. I'm using a little mesquite here. Perfect combination for me. I'm gonna use 1 part wet, because this will slow it out and make it smoke over a longer period of time. And I'm gonna use 2 parts dry. That'll start it right away for us. Here we go. Close this up. Just do a little quick close. So, gonna poke as many holes as we can get in here, because the more holes, the more smoke. Here we go. Onto our grill. Close the lid. Just wait for the smoke. Now there's the smoke I'm looking for. Gotta work quickly here. Grill rack, slide it on. Close it down. Now that's why a grill rack is so handy. If I had to do that one at a time, I would have lost all that smoke. I'm gonna cook these tomatoes and peppers right on high heat. Want a little charring, but I want all that smoke, that mesquite to get into the flesh. Just let the smoke do the work. Now these have been smoking and charring for 10 minutes. Let's take a look. Hola! Now that's a char mark. Now let's get our tomatoes off. Let's put these over here. Onto our chicken. These are ready to go on a high heat grill. Just want to open them up. And I'm gonna cook them just to get char marks. I don't want to cook it all the way through because it's gonna get dry. I just want it nice and moist and tender. So high heat, char marks, that's all I'm looking for. See those beautiful char marks? I'm going to show you how to get them. All you have to do when you first start it, put it down on an angle just like that. Leave it alone. Let it sear. A little way through, give it another little half turn. Beautiful hash marks every time. Remember that Ancho chili paste? All those flavors now have come together. I'm going to get it into the cavity of my snapper here. So just a little bit in each. Just open them up. I'm just gonna rub them in a little bit, but I wanna get them into all of the cavities here. Because this is gonna go into those corn husks. Gonna steam, and they're gonna be so juicy. So just wanna rub that in. Be careful, the scales are still on. So we're just gonna get them over the skin also, just a little bit, not too much. Let's pop these into the fridge for 30 minutes. Then we'll put them right into our corn husks. Our fish has been marinating for 30 minutes now. We're almost ready to go to the grill. But before we do that, remember those corn husks I was soaking before? I'm gonna show you a little interesting tip here. Open them up. Just pop them in the center here. Wrap them up again. Now that we have it like this, little butcher's twine. Put it in the center. Just make sure that it's all covered because these are gonna steam. They're not gonna really touch the grill. So tie it up, nice and tight. Turn it over. Do a little cross. Back under again. And just a simple little knot. How easy was that? And off to the grill. Time to get the snappers on. Now normally I oil my grill, but because I have them soaking in husks and they're all wet, I don't have to do that. Throw them on. All that marinade inside is just gonna start to steam and get all that flavor from the inside out. Close your lid, or on for a couple minutes. I've got to get my guacamole and salsa made. My fish is on the grill. My chicken is off, ready to go for the burritos. I'm just gonna take the skin. See how easy the skin comes off? The charred. Oh, these are really good. I'm gonna reserve half for my salsa and the other half for my guacamole with a twist. So, get a rough chop here. I'm gonna add some of our ingredients here. Cilantro for that earthy, plus that color. Put that all in. Little onion here, red onion for sweetness and for crunch. Start mixing this around a little bit. Now for that pepper. They charred really nicely. You just get a nice little rough chop. Chop that up, put that in. We're gonna still get some more color out of this. Now we want to put in our guacamole part, which is our avocados. Cut around, just follow it all the way around. Do the old twist, little bang. There you go. Let's do another one. Now we got to get it out of our skin. Spoon, just run it right underneath. We'll pop that right into a bowl. And you want to work quickly here because this stuff starts to discolor very fast. Last one into the bowl. Little trick, squeeze some lemon juice on. This will stop it from discoloring. And a quick mash. It's nice and chunky, but this is guacamole with a twist. Just add it to the rest of our ingredients here. Let's just mix this together. These are ready. Pop these into the fridge. Let's make our salsa. Salsa for my burritos. That extra tomato I had on my board, plus those chilies, we're gonna blend them quickly. Put them in, touch of salt, touch of pepper here. Just a little splash of balsamic here. You don't want to make this too wet. Touch of water, just to bring it all together. And we're just gonna do a quick pulse on this. One more. That should be it. Now I have some cilantro that I want to just chop. Just a quick chop. Put this in. We'll pop this into the fridge, let it set up for a couple minutes. Let's get a little mix. And I'm leaving it right in this blender. It's a really good home for it, into the fridge. How about a watercress salad with a tequila dressing? Now this watercress here, nice and peppery. And this thing looks kind of funky to you. It's called Jicama. And you can pick this up in any local grocery store. And this is really sweet. If you don't have Jicama, you can use celery, you can use water chestnut, anything for that crunch. Our Jicama is from Mexico because we are having a fiesta tonight. Whatever. So let's get this in. Watercress into a bigger bowl. Start with half. A little bit of radish here. This adds another peppery flavor. Some fresh tangerines. Toss those in. Reserve a little bit of that. Some green onion for more kick. And our Jicama. Throw those on top. Our tortillas. Let's just get these in foil, wrapped. These are for the burritos. Throw those on the grill. Salad's done. The guests are almost here. It's almost piñata time. Let's look at these. Woo! Look at the char marks on these. They've steamed really nicely, so we'll get them off. Time to make our quesadillas. Tortillas, store-bought. Don't want to make these fresh. A little easier this way. Just brush, get them onto the grill. Oil side down. Once they get toasty, which will take a couple seconds, then we'll add our topping. It's been a couple minutes now. We're ready for a turn. Get underneath, hold the top. There we go. Let's do that one more time. There we go. Get underneath. There we go. Tap it down. Close the lid. Just let the cheese melt. They're ready to come off. It's been a couple minutes now. Let's take a look. See the cheese? It's nice and chewy, melting. Just like I said, that big sandwich with melted cheese. These are ready to come off. Remember that watercress salad? Tequila dressing. Let's pour in a little splash. There we go. Some lime juice, fresh lime juice. We need all that citric acid in here. Some fresh orange juice. Just a little touch. Just a touch of sweetness with our honey. Just mix, mix, mix. Add a little garlic here. Just get a half of this in there. This is gonna really flavor it. And we're gonna finish off with a little veg oil. And we're just gonna whisk until this starts to get a little thick on you. Salad dressing's done. I'm ready for the Mexican fiesta. Arriba! Yeah, they are quite
I've always wanted to do a fish.